Well, I want to thank you. I want to thank you to our beautiful guest that is joining here with us, the beautiful Celestial Sianava. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong pronouncing your last name, but when we say time is time, I know we were scheduled for 5 o'clock. Our connection was a little bit uncooperating today, but we're here now, and I am grateful. We have a beautiful guest here with us, the beautiful Celestial Sianava of the Celestial Music. I know a lot of you know her from a lot of Samoan covers that she covers with her music. And at the end of our conversation and at the end of our program, she is going to bless us with a song that is going. She's going to sing. At this moment, I know some of you are just started coming in, but we're going to start right away because I know our time is limited. Tuatula Manuale Nea Celestial. I know her language, the Samoan language, might be Itaulele Telefa Samoa a Celestial. Alela abatu per taimile neye a matamaye Celestial po fea se mea o Samoa sa wai alia foina na sa no maile sa mai taile neo Celestial lela ala tu fa Samoa ia Celestial o fea Samoa e te suma ia Celestial.
Yeah, perfect. Fifia lava ua maule nea wanoa tala noa tuai I le nea lata o te anga o mai mahani mai se pa o le nea. O te fia whai loa tula nei tangata o lo Celestial Glory Sianava ua loso lima tau sanga lo matu o te sau mai le nu o tau ese I ia. O lo ta la o Sianava le nu lea o tau ese ma po tasi fale alili. O yo tina o Jacinta e mai le afio anga o a whenga ma ta o te oile e ka o le au pai o asunga tai, or also known as the Mormons or LDS. But right now I'm residing in New Zealand. We moved here in 2006. My parents wanted us to have a vacation, have a bright. So yeah.
Celestial, as we mentioned before, our connection is a little bit uncooperating today, but please text us or comment us to let us know how it is on your side, because I can still tell that there's a little bit statics, there's a little bit coming in and out with the connection, and I want to make sure that we're coming out very good to you. Celestial.
Yeah.
I've heard tau me ese ia pia fale a lili. Trai se foi sau lista fitoala, o foi lista fitoala ma yoi. O fea o ta fitoala e te sa wai a Celestial.
I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm not quite sure about that. I still have a lot of learning to do with that side of the family tree. But yeah, I just know that we are from what is the connection happening right now?
I think you're getting better. It's good
okay.
now.
I just know we're from Tafitoala Sapata and Awhenga from my mom's side.
Tafitoala Sapata and Awhenga. When was the last time you went to town? When was the last time you went to Apia?
Oh, I was there probably last month. I was in Samoa from December to March. Last year, December till March. I was there for like a family event, and then I ended up staying there to pursue my music, and had my brother support me with that. Yeah.
Now you see, there's so many changes that's going on in Apia, and especially there in Taune Ese, right? There's a lot of changes, a lot of new businesses that's going up there, which is beautiful. It's beautiful. The development in Apia it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
So you were there last month. What did you see that we need any any kind of development with, especially with the youth? This is just your opinion. What in your opinion, what can you tell me? What do you see that we need any development with the youth in Samoa as you are a youth yourself?
I think we need improvement with education. It saddens me when I'm out and about in town and I see kids who are really young, vendors, trying to sell me fasimoli or, some sort of product to help families. And I think the economy there and the inflation is really, really bad. I just wish that they had a program where it's kids are able to stop doing what they're doing, so they can be in education more and be able to learn, have a better future for themselves. Yeah.
I know, I believe there's not a law in Samoa lesi tu la fono Samoa awene iyo tamaitilia o nga because that's the
Yeah.
reason why there's so many of them that you see at the market that are selling those products there at the market. And so
Yeah.
I believe there's no law, but I believe that sooner or later there's gonna be law that no kids is running around but in school. That's
Yeah.
what I think because whenever I'm in Samoa, you'll be knocking at the car, which I
Yeah.
don't blame them. They're doing what they're doing, but at the same time, like you mentioned, we have to put our foot down. These kids have to be in school, to do something else. So coming back to you, Celestial, when did you realize that you have a gift of singing?
um since the age of 5 years old, growing up, I grew a love for music because the passion and love that my dad had for it. While everyone in Samoa woke up to Roosters as an alarm, I woke up to Stevie Wonder blasting in my dad's workshop, and it was a whole variety of genres that my dad would be playing in his workshop while he's working and making jewelry from taungas, the colorful ungas, to make a living for our family. I was able to just sit there and take all the music in, and it was a pretty great feeling. I never knew that I could sing, but my dad, being my number one unwavering supporter, he was able to help me, push me, to encourage me to get out there and sing more. And this started out when I was in, in church. Started out in church and family events. And as a kid, I was singing for the sake of it. Really, I was singing because my dad was telling me to sing. And as I started I started seeing the potential I had. It wasn't until 12 years old or 13 years old, when I was in high school, I started singing in bands and more often in church. And also, when any opportunity I was given, I was able to share that talent with people. And now that I sing and I have potential, I made sure that I know for sure I'm gonna make a living out of it. And now it's gonna be my future goal and my career. So yeah.
So, Celestial, I've heard what you said. Any of your families, where do you think you get it from? I know it's a gift that's given to you by God, but any of your family sings?
So me and my twin brother and my little sister were the singers in our family. I know I have cousins that are really talented as well in the music. In music, I have my dad was in band in high school in Besenga, and then there was my aunties. There's one of my aunties in Samoa who currently owns a band that I had the opportunity to sing in when I was there. And then there was my other auntie who I heard amazing stories about her great voice while growing up. So yeah, I guess you could say I grew up surrounded by amazing, talented relatives. Yeah.
That's great. You mentioned something that really caught my attention. You said you realize that you have that potential. You have that potential. Do you think you're maximizing your potential at the moment? Or do you think you need more? You need to work more on yourself to maximize it, to get the full potential of it.
Yeah, I think minimizing my potential. Like up until now, I'm still learning to see more of my potential. I have a lot to learn and progress in terms of my music. But yeah, there's a lot of room for improvement, and I'm open to taking up vocal lessons or, like anything, any opportunity that I'll be able to educate myself in terms of music and knowing my true potential.
Celestial, you mentioned that your dad was, he was doing the jewelry with the unga, one of the major products that we're selling in the island, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what are the challenges that you went through, from those time until now? What are the challenges that you're facing trying to get yourself out there? And at this time, people are knowing you, people are recognizing you, people are acknowledging you. What were the challenges that you had when you first started?
I I had a huge fear of working so hard on something and it doesn't get the attention I thought it would. While I was in Samoa, I felt pretty intimidated because our people are such talented people. They always had music coming out every week or every month, and I had to learn to find my place there in the music industry. So I thought me covering old songs and adding a bit of my twist or flavor to it would be the best way to kickstart my career, and now we're slowly but surely getting there. And also, I would say overcoming my own doubts and my own fears. Um, Seeing how cruel this world could be on social media made me feel discouraged to come out in the music industry sooner. I was afraid that people wouldn't like what I offer, and so I always held back from singing publicly, like on social media platforms. I'm also a very sensitive person, I'll have to admit. So I was afraid to ever come across mean comments or on social media or about me or my music, my voice. So when my first cover, I Fayeti Alofa, featuring the talented Mariko Amitai came out, I was so afraid because it was getting so much attention than I thought it would. There were so many people correcting me on one of the words for the song, and I felt discouraged because some were passive aggressive comments. So I felt scared that I've disappointed some people, but I had my biggest supporters, which is my family and close friends who kept encouraging me to ignore the hate and to enjoy the greater things in life. And after a while, I learned that, the more audience and the more attention you get with your music, it comes with it. Not everyone would like you, not everyone will, like, you can't spend most of the time trying to impress and make everybody like you, because at the end of the day, not everyone will. Okay, the people commenting lovely messages in the music outweighed all the bad ones, so that's how I was able to enjoy through the bad times. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, you did your homework. Afayete Alufo, what a beautiful, the way you covered that song, beautiful. And you mentioned it was fear that was really holding you back. And you
Yeah.
mentioned so many things that, when you came out with Afayete Alufa, so many people were commenting hateful comments. So many people probably calling you names. So many people telling you that you don't know how to pronounce it. So many. When I started this platform, it was 2020 because of the COVID shutdown. And I'm an uppity person. I really am an uppity person. It was closing down. And I'm like, and I was on Facebook a lot. And I'm like, what can I do to organize to so that way I don't waste my time on Facebook. So when I started this program, you have no idea how many people, probably some of you are listening right now, that you were commenting. But you know what? Let me tell you something. Those critics are helpful.
Yeah.
Take it. It makes you stronger. Once someone said one of my favorite quotes is said, adversities introduces a man to himself or a woman. Adversities.
Yeah.
Critics introduce you to a man or a woman. It introduce you. It would take you to see how strong you are. The adversities come to introduce you to who you are, to see how strong you are and how weak you are. And someone else said that, you know what, my husband always said that the pressure comes, it comes to weigh you down, either weigh you down or to develop you. So those are the two things that you can learn from pressure. So pressure is good.
Yeah.
Pressure is very good. You'll never know a leader until you put them in pressure times.
Yes.
You never know a leader until you put them in pressure moments. So I am so glad. So do you think from a singer, because I can sit here and say this and say that, but I'm not a singer myself. Do you think there's so many singers from Samoa? I think there's probably 10 or 15% of people that we know that are singers in Samoa that are well known now. But I know, like you said, there's so many of them out there. Do you think it's the fear that's holding them back, just like you were?
Yeah, I think it's got so much to do with fear, and feeling intimidated. I feel like for everyone out there that's probably struggling with coming out, um, what I would say to you is actually, like, surround yourself with people that push you to do stuff and see the best version of yourself. If you're with people that make a mockery out of you when you tell them your hopes and dreams, chances are you're with the wrong crowd of friends. You need to find new ones. So that's what I did. I don't have friends, but I found my family who are big supporters and why I'm here and I'm the person that I am today. So yeah, that's my biggest advice for people back. You know, for the world to know, you want the world to know you have to come out to the world and show them what you got. So
And one of the major advantages nowadays, nowadays, right, Celestial, is the online, is the media, right? It's
yeah,
because in the olden days there was nothing like this. Nowadays you can just put yourself out there, in the media, just like Celestial. That's how I met Celestial. When I heard that beautiful song that she did, which she's going to sing for us at the end, and that's how I made it. It's the media. It's the advantage of the media right now. Where does the word celestial? Where did you get that celestial music? And that's your name, right?
yeah. So my name is Celestial. The reason being, I chose the name Celestial Music for the page is it talks about heavenly and it, it associates with God, and I that's what I want. I want God to be the center of everything that I do, and because He is the light to every path that I need to get through. You know, also the way I got my name, my actual name Celestial, was a pretty funny story because growing up I heard different versions, but the one that stood out to me and was more funny for me was when we were in the hospital. My mom, my mom was like in a panic. Doctors had to ask her what was the name for me and my brother, because me and him are twins.
Hmm.
And in a panic, one of my aunties just jumped and said, oh, "What about celestial and terrestrial?" And so they thought that was like suitable since we're twins and it rhymed and it sounded the same but different. So yeah, that's how I got my name and why I chose celestial music. Yeah.
You look so cute the way you say. Okay, you said you used to listen to this more music around your father while he was working as a young child. Did you
Yeah.
understand it? Yeah, I mean, and nowadays, because you said your language, your Samoan language is very minimal. It's not great. So
Yeah.
when there's a Samoan song that you want to listen to, do you understand when they say it to you? Or do
Yeah.
you have someone to translate it?
No, I can understand and speak someone fluently. It's just um formally I'm scared of. I don't know how to speak formally in Samoa. But when I hear someone's song, I know exactly what it's and I can connect with it because I was born and raised. Samoa. I just left Samoa at a really, really young age. And unfortunately, here in New Zealand, you have to speak English to communicate with so many people. And, just being here in New Zealand growing up, I did not know a speck of English. I knew Samoan, the basic Samoan, words. I It was really hard. It was challenging growing up here in New Zealand, knowing full well that everybody here were speaking English. So I had to learn English in order to communicate with my peers. But yeah, it doesn't stop me from learning the language some more. This is the beginning of my journey in speaking formally. So
Uh,
yeah, I hope I can do better on that side of things.
you're coming along. So if you could sing, you said that you love to listen to these oldies, to these Samoan music. And
Yeah.
if you could sing with any of the Samoan singers, one of them, who would it be?
I would love to sing with Mr. because he is one pioneers in Samoa music and hip hop. The passion he has in his music inspires me to write music as good as him. Also, the fact that most of his music represents our culture and our people, what we stand for there in Samoa, and it makes me feel so much more closer to home when I listen to his music. Also, the fact that he's still living in Samoa and contributing a lot to the music industry there by helping our own people come up in their talents, as well as still making beautiful music. So every time he puts music out, you can guarantee it's going to be a hit. So I would take any opportunity to sing with and collab with him.
I'm sorry, I didn't really hear. Who would you like to sing with?
Mr. T.
Oh, Mr. T, Mr.
Yeah.
T, Mr. T. So, Celestial, I know our time is very limited. What is the next? What's coming next? Do you have any new songs that's coming next?
Right now, I am currently singing in a band right now, and I'm enjoying it and having such a great time meeting new faces, seeing different talents. And yeah, it's nice and fun, but I'm still working on some music. I have an original song that could be coming out soon, hopefully. I pray that God I pray to God that everything falls in place, and I'd love to go back to Samoa and collaborate and work with some of the local artists and producers there. So yeah, I am working on some more music and writing new music of my own rather than just covering a lot of it. That was just to kickstart my career. So yeah.
So, maturing now in you're 20 something years old and growing up around your father, listening to all this Samoan music. But we're almost there because our time is limited. What would you say to your 10-year-old self?
If I could talk to my 10-year-old self, I would say to myself, I was really, even up till now, I still encourage myself to take risks and any opportunity that's given to me, like taking advantage of the opportunity that's given to me, take it and use it. And every time, every failure is a step towards success. So if you feel like you're failing, just get up, dust yourself off. The world doesn't end. The sky is the limit. So yeah.
There's a singer out there in Samoa. We're mostly talking about Samoa right now. There's a singer out there in Samoa or the South Pacific as well that really needs your help, that really needs your encouragement. And as you mentioned, fear is holding a lot of people back. What can you say to that singer who don't know where to start, who don't know who to ask, who don't know what to do, but has such a beautiful voice, who needs the world that we need to hear?
I would say because social media is so much easier to put music out, like tell them the thing I told myself. Take every opportunity, take advantage of everything. Now that we have social media to come out with music. So if you feel like you don't know how to write any covers, post them, make a page like me, and eventually you'll get the audience that are well deserving of hearing you sing. And again, not every song is for everyone, so you can't trying to impress. Also surrounding yourself with the people, choosing better friends and all. Yeah.
So Celestial, like I mentioned, our time is very limited. So I'm going to give you these moments. I know there's a lot of people waiting to hear your beautiful voice. So take your time.
Sorry. Just need to. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. I'm just gonna be singing Awhaitea Alofa. Don't have a backing track right now, but yeah. Awhaitea Alofa, se maliu maya oe. Fa'i maya ita, o te tangi atu nei. O ta ita nei, ua whāano anoa. Fo'i mai pele ea, fo'i mai. O uti noi vai, dia ea I le fia vai. Fia te patasi, dali o falling e matalasi. Se tasi uasili atu, fa'angalo I o ubanatu. Fo'i mai pele ea, fo'i mai. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
This is amazing, amazing, beautiful, Celestial. I want to thank you. Thank you. I want to really thank you for sharing your beautiful voice. Do you have any last words, or do you have any shout out to someone who is listening out there?
A quick shout out to my mom. I can see her comment right there. Shout out to my mom, Jacinta Roach Cianava, and all my family and friends who are viewing this live right now. Also, thank you for having me on your live. It has been so fun. I was really nervous because I didn't know how I would be like, because I'm really, really nervous on live. Shout out to Jessie. Thank you again.
Man, she is a natural. Because she told me she was nervous to come up, but she's a natural. She did amazing. You did an amazing job. You flowed with it, and everything was great. So I want to thank you, Celestial, for giving us your time, and I want to thank you for using your talent. Share it with the world, and may God continue to bless you. May God continue to enrich you and surround you with the right people to help you to get your gift to the next level, to get your talent to the next level. And again, Celestial, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. So in the future, I would like to have Celestial back, because we usually have fundraising for nonprofit organization in Samoa, and we usually require some of the singers to come and participate it for free, and they can do that live on on our program. And I want to thank you, Celestial. And if there's anything else, if anybody that's listening who have any questions about singing, who have any question, for as a singer, don't contact me. You can contact me and I will contact Celestial, because I don't know how to sing. Okay, don't wait. Contact Celestial. She has a page which is called Celestial Music. Her page is called Celestial Music. So please make sure to follow her and holler back to her. So if you have any question, connect with her. She's giving out her time to help some of our islanders who needs help. And Celestial, I want to thank you. I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Okay. And that is the end of our program. Join us next week. Helani will be joining us next week. Our Miss Samoa, I believe Miss South Pacific, and she became the second, the first runner-up for the Miss Global. Will be joining us next week for our Fatata Nuanga. And again, I want to thank you, Celestial, and have a great weekend to you all.
So far, so far.
So far, so far.